Today is June 18th. I'm gonna use this camera more often. So I just woke up like I always do when it comes to my videos, and I've been thinking about doing this video for quite a minute. I've just been thinking about it because it's like, I don't know, his death really kind of affected me in some way. And this man was Jocelyn Flores, also known as XXXTENTACION. See, look, you might be wondering, like, why am I doing a video on this dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think, like, I know, actually, why I'm doing this video. It's because his death really broke my heart. Let me tell you why. Because, first of all, I remember when I first got into him, it was, like, around 2016. Like, he was in jail at the time, right? And I remember listening to him for the first time. And one of my friends was actually listening to him in class. His name is Justin. It was on his laptop and he was listening to an X song, and I'm like, you know what? I really like this is at a moment in time where I was really trying to build up my music. I was really becoming more mature when it comes to music, and I just wanted more artists to listen to, right? And I remember when I first got introduced to him, it was "Sip It in Your Hood." I remember that song, but I remember I didn't like it at first. I didn't really like it at first because it was just screaming and it was just rock. And just didn't sound like something I would be or should be even listening to. It was just, it just came off as evil to me, basically. That was my first X song. It didn't really hit me like that. Because I was so young at the time when it comes to music listening. Like, I didn't really adapt to certain artists until, like, I got older. And older, I was, like, 15 at the time. So, yeah, I remember that. But then I remember, like, I think a few weeks later, I thought about the song, and I'm like, you know what, bro? I ended up really getting interested in X. I ended up getting interested in him and starting to learn or look up more things about him. And I remember reading about how crazy this dude was. I'm talking about this dude was so crazy. This dude had criminal charge after criminal charge after criminal charge after arrest. This dude was bad news. Like, he was just crazy. He was just evil. I remember just looking him up, and I see all this stupid stuff that he's apparently been doing, and I'm like, yo, oh, wow, this dude is violent. And then I saw his mugshot, and I'm like, yo, you could just tell he's just an evil individual. I remember me and my friends were talking about, he's just an evil individual. And, don't worry, not all of this is going to be negative on him. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to gradually go to the point where his death affected me. Because I know you must be wondering, like, how in the world did this dude that you have such a negative opinion out affected you? His death affected you, like, how? So, all right, I'm going to get to that. So, I remember, like, let me skip forward to, like, when he got out of jail. Like, when he got out of jail, I remember, I'm like, yo. I had him on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Because I did kind of keep up with him a little bit because I was interested in his life a little bit in some way, shape, or form. Because I remember he was in jail. And then I remember him getting out of jail on Instagram. I'm like, yo, I've actually been wondering how he sounded. Like, how he spoke, because I didn't really take the time to really look up how he spoke. It just kind of came out of nowhere, like, oh, he's out of jail. Let me just out of curiosity, let me just see who he is, or how he speaks, or how he acts when it comes to people. And I remember when he got out of jail, I looked at his Instagram live, and this dude was not who I believed he was. I mean, well, when it comes to this live. He did not act like the way I thought he was going to act. He didn't have the voice that I thought he was going to have. He didn't really seem like the person that was screaming, "Sip it in your hood," or screaming other songs too. My fault. I kind of forgot some of his music already, his early songs. So, I remember, I'm like, yo. And he was funny too. Like, I'm like, yo, this dude is not, or doesn't seem to act like the way I thought he was. Don't get me wrong, he did those things, but I don't know, the way he was acting didn't really, like, come across as he was that dude. Or the way he was, like, that's just how he really was. just dealing with demons in his heart. But yeah, I saw how funny X, like this was 2017, early 2017, so I'm still like kind of fresh to X as an artist or who he was, because I didn't take the time to look him up. I didn't take the time to listen to his whole discography. I was just interested in him as an artist and maybe a person too, because you know he's using all that negative stuff that he's been doing into his music, and all that passion and all his depression and stuff like that. And you know, I'm talking myself in circles. So I did kind of keep tabs on him throughout his life, like throughout 2017. Let me get started on that, because I remember his interview he did. The first interview, he would talk about Drake and stuff and how mad he was when it comes to Drake stealing his flow. I can see that. I can see, like, when Drake on KMT and Look at Me, like, I can kind of see the comparisons here and there. It's not too much of a copy, but, you know, that's a conversation for another video on Drake. But, I remember I kept tabs on him throughout the whole 2017. I remember I was very interested in him. I remember, Rob Stone beef. Hey, bro, you hear X got knocked out? And I'm like, what? So then I looked it up. And then, you know, he got knocked out. He got jumped by, I think, the Migos group or something. I don't know about that. I saw a video, and I think, was it the Migos or was it like the group that protected the Migos? I'm not really sure, but I know that was a little beef here and there. I remember, these are just certain points from 2017 that I just bringing up right now. He got arrested for something again late 2017. I forgot what it was. I remember he shaved his eyebrows and dyed his hair like gray, whatever, which I thought was an interesting move. He said, this is what was really interesting to me, what he said, I don't want to be known for my looks, or I don't want people to be attracted to my music because of my looks. So then he literally shaved his eyebrows and, you know, made his hair gray so people won't look at him like that. It was basically a new look. I remember a lot of people were talking about it. And that really did kind of struck me, is that he was that was low-key a smart thing to do, because he didn't want people, because look, when X mugshot got released, I remember a bunch of girls were really like on him, bro. Like I remember a bunch of girls would be like, oh, he's so cute, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And I guess he didn't really want to be known as that, or thought of just a pretty face. That really did kind of struck me in some way. But, you know, he was still getting into trouble here and there in 2017. You know, just doing all around, like, dumb stuff, in my opinion. And I didn't really see him really, like, change throughout. It seemed like he was still living that lifestyle. Just didn't really seem like he was doing anything better for himself when it comes to other people. I remember his album came out that year. Yeah. It came out like around August, I believe, like around late summer. I remember I listened to it, and it was a good album. I did like his album. I'm thinking about it because it was sad in a way. It really was. Like, this is me taking away from X as the person, or the bad stuff he's done to the X, the artist. And this album wasn't really indicative of what he was doing, or what songs he was like putting out back then, like, or the songs that I just listened to. You know, I remember one song that really got to me. It was Jocelyn Flores. And I'm pretty sure this song really gets to a lot of people, because Jocelyn Flores was a female that X, you know, flown out to his hotel and stuff like that. And apparently she killed herself, you know, as he was flying her out, or as, you know, he was, basically those two just had a little thing together. Not a relationship, but like, you know, just cool little thing. They were just friends. And she killed herself when X provided her the opportunity to come out. I know she was a model, I believe. I don't really know the whole story. I'm sorry if I'm speaking on something I really don't know about, but this is just what I know. And it really did affect X. And that song that he made, I don't know, it was just so lyrically, and it was just impactful to me. It was very impactful. The production, it was just very impactful to me because it really just showed me that, yo, this dude, I don't know, it kind of made me look at him a little differently. Not in a bad way at all, but like, this dude really has emotions, and like, of course he has emotions. I don't know. I'm really trying to find the words to really explain after, like, my views on him after he made that song. But yeah, this was like 2017. Yeah, I remember that. It was just so sad to me. Like, you could tell he was really hurting by the death of this female. And, you know, all that was 2017X. But now, 2017X and 2018X are completely different people. Completely different people. So I'm gonna get to it. 2018X was different. Completely different. I mean, completely different. 2017X was just making dumb decisions left and right, and just basically continuing on the path that he once started on. 2018X is when I felt like he was growing. He was really and truly growing. This dude X was doing so many different things that I never thought he would be doing. Let's be real. Like, let me be real here. Like, what did he do? Like, this is when it really shocked me on, like, what's going on with X. What's going on with him is when he ended beefs with Rob Stone and I think the Migos or whatever. I think ended beefs with both of them. Like, I saw the text message and a video call of X making peace with these guys. And I'm here like, wow, that's a very noble thing to do. Because I never thought he would be doing that. Because of, like, you know, his attitude. He never, he didn't never really seem like that he was backing down from a fight at all, or actually trying to end a beef or something without, you know, beating the crap out of him. But now this dude really was the bigger person to really end beefs like this. And I thought, yo, what's going on with him? Like, what? This dude is really changing. What? Then I remember when apparently Drake stole, hold on, let me get that Drake thing. X was actually donating to charity. He was giving PlayStation 4s and Xboxes and donating tons of money to charity. And I see him doing all these good things for children and people, like, all around him. And it's just like, and the kids, and I see him just manifesting, bro. Like, it just seemed like that he was really doing things. And Drake apparently tried to copy his movement in God's Plan. And X was like, yo, he handled that very maturely. He said, hey, yo, Drake, I don't really respect how you're doing that, but hey, you do you. Like, I don't know, he did something that I didn't expect him to do. He was doing good things. Like, see, like, me, I'm all about giving second chances. Like, X, when he was apparently he abused that girl. I do believe he abused that girl, considering that there is a tape of him confirming it. If there's any information showing that tape was false or whatever, I'm up to proof. But as of right now, I do believe that he did beat that girl. However, I don't really want to condemn him for his entirety. I don't want to condemn him all the way because, like me, I'm all about, like I said before, I'm all about second chances. And if I can see you growing as a person and maturing and actually becoming a man and taking responsibility for your actions, and if I can see you changing, basically. Like, I don't really always believe once a criminal, always a criminal, because if you can really show that you're changing, right? If you could really show that you're changing and becoming better and having a better life for yourself, I do believe in second chances. I'm sorry, that's just how I believe. I don't always believe that someone's bad, like bad at one point in their life, and they're bad the rest of their life. That's just not me. In some cases, yeah, I will look at you differently. I would. Like, in certain situations, I would, like raping, pedophilia, murder, yeah, in certain cases like that, will look at you differently. But if you did try to make an honest living and try to change yourself, then I don't see why not I could really like look at you and like try to. I'm sorry, I'm very horrible at explaining myself, but you guys can really understand where I'm coming from. If you can show that you're better and you're away from that bad life, then I don't see why not giving you a second chance. And that's what X really showed me. X really showed me that he was becoming a better person and trying to be better. He was becoming a man, bro. And then, and at such a young age, you know what I'm saying, actually changing his whole mindset on how he deals with situations now. I thought of him as like someone who you would never really see in the music industry. Like I've never really seen somebody do something stupid and then they change. I'm pretty sure it's happened. Don't get me wrong. It probably has. Most likely it has. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of artists, a bunch of people in general who, will make an effort to showcase his change, to showcase that he's not the same person that he once was. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we all have. I'm pretty sure we all have done dumb stuff in the past. Maybe it doesn't equate to what X has done, but I'm just saying in general, people have done bad stuff, and then they're trying to make an honest living and trying to become different, or trying to be different for the better. And that's what X was doing, right? But now let me get to his death. Okay, so apparently X was just chilling, at a motorcycle shop and just like ordinary day. And some guys in a van literally will block him as he's leaving the motorcycle shop. X's friend actually just ran out like crazy. Um, and they were trying to rob him for his bag and for other stuff too. So it was like 4 dudes. So then they had their gun out pointed to him. And X was clearly fighting them off and or trying to, and X was not really having it. And they put out their gun and they shot him. They pulled out their gun and then they shot him square in the neck. And you got people recording it, literally recording it like on the side or whatever. And I remember that day I was at the movies. I was actually watching The Incredibles 2, which was a good movie, by the way. Not as good as the original, but that's besides the point. I went out with my mom, you know what I'm saying, and we went to the food court. And then I remember my friend who actually texted me was like, "Hey, yo, Sean, X just died, bro." And I'm like, "What?" Nah, stop lying. I thought he was just joking, you know what I'm saying? Bro, stop playing with me, bro. Get out of my face. And actually like was like, you know what, let me just go online and just see on my phone. Then I remember it said XXXTENTACION dead at 20. And I almost cried, bro. Like my eyes were just getting watery and I didn't really know how to react because it was just like, yo, bro, he was becoming better, bro. He was doing good. He was becoming a man. Like this dude was really growing inside. He was really growing. Like he really kicked all that negativity to the side. He kicked all that beefs he had. He kicked all the violence he was occurring in. He kicked all the threatening he was doing. Like he kicked all that to the side and had a change of heart and did something for the better. Like the Grinch. What? Like Grinch was doing dumb stuff and then he had a change of heart. I don't know, I kind of connect him to X in a way. Because he was actually doing way better for himself and just to get killed in like the middle of his transition, bro. Like, bruh. And I remember his last Instagram story was doing a charity event Friday. I'm doing a charity event Friday. Honestly, this situation just breaks my heart. It really does. And then, people, being like, hey, yo, like Paris Hilton was like, women domestic abuser XXX has just passed away. And I mean, like, ugh. I mean, I can't change that if he was. I can't change that. That's a classless thing to do, though. But hey, I mean, hey, that was a low blow. That's basically equal to Kobe Bryant when they were like, Kobe Bryant's rape case as soon as he passed away. It was crazy. You know, it's disrespectful to kind of bring up the negativity of his past, but however, it was a part of his life. So I guess people will do whatever they want with that information, and that's what they did. It's unfortunate, but it just breaks my heart because he got killed at 20 years old. Like, he got killed as soon as he was manifesting and growing, bro. I keep saying that because it just breaks my heart. Like, bro, if you have a criminal past and you're really trying to change that and you die before you can even fully show the world who you really are trying to be now, just imagine just how unfair that is. Just imagine how unfair that is. So that's why I don't really want to really consider him as just an evil individual in his entirety, because, like, I wish people could really see it that way. Like, yo, if they're growing mentally and in positive ways, I feel like that should be recognized. And I don't really feel like that was really recognized in his life. I'm not defending all the stupid stuff he's done because they're stupid and they were dumb. But however, if he was putting all that to the side and trying to become better who he was, his whole mentality was changing positively. Like, I be hearing the things they be saying. He was a motivational speaker, low key, trying to give positive advice to the youth. I feel like that's worth talking about. That's worth talking about, is all the positive things he's done. But yeah, I mean, take this video any way you want to. I'm still not really used to really talking on camera. It's unfortunate because you can really tell that I'm not really good at talking on camera. Like, too many things just go across my head and I just say it without really having a cohesive story or narrative to what I'm saying. Yeah, but in long story short, X is disappointing that he died so soon before we could actually see his growth. You know, another indicative thing that he's done that really kind of showed me he was changing too was in, I think, his second to last music video, which was sad, and he was actually beating his old self with the golden hair, or yellow, whatever, golden and black side. Basically 2017 X. He was beating the crap out of 2017 X, which was an X that I don't think nobody wants as a role model. And he was beating the crap out of that, and I'm like, wow, that is crazy. That just shows you how much he was trying to change. But I keep saying that over and over again. I'm sorry. But yeah, oh, another little thing I should say is X's team has really been just yuck. Like, X, you know, has all this money apparently. Also, X bought his grandma and others a car in the house, which was so beautiful to do. I think it was his grandma and other people, a car, and use his money for good things, bro. Like, but, you know, let me get back to his legacy now after his passing. X's mother, and X truly did love his mother, so I'm not really going to say anything about X's mother, because X would really beat the crap out of everybody who disrespects his mother. And I think it's kind of funny how people were disrespecting the crap out of his mother when X is not really here to defend his mother's name. I think that's interesting, but hey, you still got to call out things what they are. So X's mother, people have accused X's mother of, leeching off of X's money, pride, work, and etc. And I remember when I first heard about that, I'm like, yo, are y'all really attacking X's mom, bro? Y'all really doing this? Okay, because y'all know what would X do to y'all if you attacked his mother. Granted, they did have a rocky relationship, but however, X was a mama's boy at the end of his life because he loved his mother. And if X heard what y'all was doing now, ooh, I'm just saying. However, this is very interesting. X was in a will, I believe he made a will, because I know his mom took control of all of his money. And dang, X also had a son too on the way that he'll never see, which is crazy. But X's mother, what do I think? I don't think that she's leeching off of X's name. I don't really want to see her doing that because, wow, like, imagine how much of a low life person you have to be to lynch off of your dead son's name. Just leech and just bad vibes forever. That was a posthumous album along with Skins, because X actually signed a huge record deal with his, record company, of course, and, he died before that was fulfilled. So you got all these songs and stuff, and all these 2 albums who were released in his posthumous. And Skins wasn't disrespectful. I don't feel like it was. I feel like 1 or 2 songs, like maybe like one of the songs in there was clearly not finished, but it was pushed out. Just checking. Bad Vibes Forever was a lot more disrespectful than I thought it was. I can't believe I even bought that album. Bad Vibes Forever was, in my opinion, disrespectful because it literally had all of these artists on the X album that I'm pretty sure X didn't know, or X didn't even know that they were going to be a part of it. Which is clear as day. I mean, he's not here, and posthumous vocals are literally up for grabs for many people. Like Prince Pop's posthumous vocals, Whitney Houston's, just to name a few. Like, they're Michael Jackson's and Don't Matter to Me by Drake. Michael didn't know who Drake was, or at least I don't think he did. So yeah, X's vocals were just up for grabs, I believe. And I remember when Lil Nas X was going to do a collaboration with X, and I'm like, yeah, that's when I kind of realized, yo, okay, y'all just disrespecting the man now. When Lil Nas, no, nothing against Lil Nas X, Old Town Road, I love that song, but I'm just saying, you're going to have him collab with somebody who you wasn't even a rapper when they was alive, which was crazy. Yeah, look it up. Lil Nas was not a rapper when X was alive. But yeah, I think that they were leeching off X's name for money in some way. Not saying X's mom, however, that could be the case with all the merchandise. Like, a lot of merchandise were just so overpriced. And I remember she bought like a huge mansion, and it didn't really look good on her part that she bought such a huge mansion, bruh. It did not look good, and using X's page to really sell merchandise. I don't know. I don't want to believe that she's doing this. I don't. I'm 50-50 on that. People have been bringing up good points on why X's mom is apparently doing this, or apparently is leeching off of his name. But I don't really want to believe that. I don't really want to. And nothing, except for those 2 things, nothing else really screams out to me that, yeah, da-da-da-da. Because X's mom just lost a child at that moment in time. Just lost a child. And it's honestly incredible. It's just wild how people have such a negative energy towards her. A lot of people give her crap a lot. And I don't want to believe she's doing that. If she is, then the crap is understandable. But if she really isn't, if she's just really trying to spread the legacy and trying to keep the legacy of her son alive, then it's not really understandable at all. It's not warranted. But yeah, in conclusion, X started out as just such a tortured soul, depressed soul. Just doing dumb stuff left and right, criminal record, domestic abuse. And Geneva, like, that was his girlfriend at the time. Apparently, she was actually in X's new music video, Heart Eater. So it's kind of clear that Geneva didn't really have no hard feelings towards X, even though he did that apparently. And I remember she was at a memorial after he died, and I remember people really did not like that. They actually kicked her to the side. It was like, yo, get out of here, you know, etc. They were fighting her and stuff, pushing her candle lit over. I mean, X fans, bro. Now all of them are bad. But if Geneva really forgave him, then how come we can't either? You know? But hey, it just leaves a bad taste in certain people's mouths. That Geneva, Geneva and X really just did not click on a certain way. Because out of the phone conversations, they did not really click all the way. Geneva was toxic in her own way. Don't get me wrong. X was toxic in his own way. That's not really none of my business. But hey. But yeah, X, you know, he did start out as just doing dumb stuff, criminal record, etc., etc. But then grew to be such a positive influence to his community and people around him. And that he got my respect for that. And he died before we could fully see his transition. It's so sad. But yeah, that's it. What do y'all think about X? This is a long video. I could go on and on about this too. But hey, 30 minutes is good. So, yeah, rest in peace, X, bro. He really deserves it. Unless he sold his soul to the devil, bro. Which is crazy to me, bro. Yeah, I forget that he did that. Or, apparently, if he did that. But, yeah, whether he was close with God or not, really has nothing to do with me. That's between him and God. You know. But, yeah. 2 years. Dang, it's really been 2 years since he died, bro. It's crazy.